Okay. Welcome everybody to our 11 a.m. session with PaddleZlam. I'm excited to moderate the session. My name is Joe McCarthy. I teach in Farmington, Minnesota. I'm also a board member and a PaddleZlam player with my students. And I'm excited for Lisa to share with you this amazing activity, lifelong activity. You can play indoors, outdoors, and she's going to do a great job of presenting all the wonderful benefits of PaddleZlam. Lisa, take it away. Oh, also, during the chat, at some point in time, Lisa is going to mention an opportunity for you to win some free sets of PaddleZlam. So watch in the chat later and then be ready to tweet it out as quickly as you can. Lisa, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. And Joe also does some presentations for PaddleZlam. So I told him to feel free to chime in at any time. I also see that Sam and Jarrett are on here, and those are my students who helped create the video. So you guys feel free to plot some things in the chat or feel free to ask them questions. And as Joe said, I'm going to put the secret code in the chat at some point during the session, and then you'll get the first person to tweet out that code would win 4 sets for their school. So 4 sets, 2 cones come in a set. So that's a pretty good value. They're about, the ultimate I think are 50 something a piece. So $200 value. So nice of PaddleZlam to do that. I'm going to share my screen and enable sound here. So what I want to do here is not much of a presentation. I have a brief video to show you. It's about when thinking about how I was going to do this session, I was going to do the whole thing pre-recorded, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I'm here live, and that I think it's kind of nice to be on live sessions sometimes. And nor could I do that long of a video, and it actually ended up being just about under 10 minutes. So I will show that as soon as I get to that here, but just wanted to show you quickly. Here's a PaddleZlam brochure. This is about me. I'm an instructor in the PEAT program at the University of Minnesota Duluth. I used to teach elementary PE, adaptive PE, and health education. I serve on the Shape America Physical Activity Council, and I also serve on the MinShape board. So here's some reasons why I love PaddleZlam, and we're all probably visual learners, right? So you're gonna probably see more and learn how to play with these within the rules and sort of how it looks. If you're not familiar with PaddleZlam, you'll get that more in the video. And also, even if you are familiar with PaddleZlam and you've played perhaps the original gameplay, you might not know what the ultimate version of gameplay is. It's a totally different game. The original game is a much more closed-sided game set up sort of like bags or cornhole. But Ultimate is in an invasion version. So 2 very different games, but similar equipment. So I love PaddleZlam because I'm very into teaching skills-based strategies. When I do my units, they're all very skills-based. And so I like PaddleZlam to offer that for striking. So when I do PaddleZlam, or when I did PaddleZlam in my K-12 teachings, I would use it more so as a tool to teach striking, along with maybe some other options for kiddos to work on their short-handled implement striking skills. Many other standards and benchmarks included in PaddleZlam, and I'll get to that later. That's already done for you. It is great teamwork. You can make this work for all grade levels. And again, some of the links in, if you just YouTube, if you search PaddleZlam on YouTube, the video is located there. And then all the links with standards, rules, adaptations for different grade levels, those are all linked below the YouTube video. So even if you don't have access or you forget to go to the MinShape archive and find this, the links are in this presentation that will be on the MinShape website, but they're also linked under the YouTube video. Super easy to transport, easy to set up. Again, Ultimate and Original, so you get kind of like 2 big bangs for your buck. And as Joe said, it really is, like they call it the ultimate anywhere game, but it really, really is. And I think that's probably my favorite thing about it is we're always trying to give our kiddos, something that hopefully they value, right? And they want to actually continue. And I think PaddleZlam is the perfect thing to do that because you can order it on Amazon. I would show the kids where here you can go to the website or you can order it from Amazon. It costs this much money, put it in your trunk and just have it in there so that when you go and barbecue with your friends or, we'll talk a little bit later on. If you have questions, feel free to ask them about like COVID safe, how that all sort of pertains. I will just slip in that I think that probably the original gameplay, especially if we're playing outside, right? That would be the ideal, but the original gameplay is easy to be 6 feet apart, but Ultimate being a little bit more of an invasion game, it's a little bit gray. It would be a little bit iffy if you were outside, it'd feel better, but yeah, that's what I'll say on that. We can talk about COVID PaddleZlam later on. All right, so I've got a couple photos in here for you. This, I believe, was taken at a Nebraska conference. So we were just, that's kind of maybe how it could look. Those are adults, obviously, but that could be how you could set it up in your gymnasium or outside. So this is them just performing lead up activities, and we'll get to that a little bit more in the video. But sort of the way I like to introduce PaddleZlam is starting with lead ups like self-paddling and practicing that, and then, you know, flip the pancake. Now let's practice against the wall. Now let's practice on the cone. Now let's practice with partners, you know, all those kind of lead up things first. And again, a lot of that work has been done for you. The Fulmers, actually, our keynote, have done a lot of work and presentations with PaddleZlam as well, and have created a really great document to showcase the standards aligned, as well as all the different lead up activities that you can do. Just a little picture of the winners, pre-COVID, obviously, right? And Joe, I'll let you talk about this one. This one was taken in Joe's PE class.
Yeah, this was taken a few years ago, but as Lisa mentioned, this is a great lead up to, for me, badminton, tennis, and then any other racket sports that you may teach in your settings. But this is my gym. As you notice, I have a K5 building, so I use my the cones a little bit closer. We work on cooperation, we work on communication, work on teamwork, but it's just another great opportunity to work for kids to work on the hand-eye coordination. And where the emphasis is, you know, to learn it here and then teach it somewhere else. As Lisa mentioned, you can teach it outside at a barbecue, at a family reunion, but it's just a great fun way that's easy to set up, really cheap cost, and just a great opportunity for kids to be active in their settings. Our kids love it.
Yeah, it really is. And if you've played it, you know, like it's whatever way you play, it's just so fun. And that's what I'm so missing, as we all are. Like it's going to be nearly impossible to give, if you've never played, to give you the experience of what it's like to actually be playing in person and laughing and having fun and running around. But next year that can happen.
It's a great workout too.
Absolutely is, yeah. So I'll do my best here to try to showcase what the experience is like. And then this last one, I love this example because it shows choice. This is a high school PE class, and so PaddleZlam is happening. Other ways of practicing your paddle skills or striking skills. So meeting grade level outcomes, but through, you know, different avenues of choice. Here is what is included in a game set. I have a set here. I'll just show you. Oh gosh, both sides are open. I'll just show you what this looks like. This is the box that you would get if you either win or you go and you purchase. This is one set. So then inside, it comes with a nice little carrying bag. And I'll show you what's in there in 1 second. And then also little rules sheet. And then these stickers, don't lose these, they're really important. You're going to be lost. Your kiddos will be lost if they're not on the back of your cones. But you stick these right on the back of those orange cones, and it tells you the different kinds of shots and the point values, because it's kind of hard, unless you've been playing for quite some time, to remember all the different point values, but it's all there right there for you. So put those on the back of your cones, and then I'll show you in this bag. It comes in a set. I left it in the wrapping here, but these are so 2 of those cones, and this is the ultimate version. There are a few different versions of PaddleZlam that have been out. The first version had a wooden paddle. There's sort of an original gameplay set, and then the ultimate set. So these paddles are more like pickleball paddles designed for ultimate, but clearly can be used for both games as well. I really like the ultimate set a little bit better. And then you get 2 paddles, there's 2 in here, 2 wiffle balls, and 2 more, so 4 total, as you see in the picture. So that is what is in a set. Here's the gameplay rules. You could come back to this presentation, or this slide is also in the YouTube video. So when teaching PaddleZlam, you could either refer to this presentation and then project this on your screen, or however you do that when you teach, or you could just pause the YouTube video at that point, and then you could keep this up perhaps if you think that will help players, or just while you're explaining the game. Okay, so I think now is a good time to watch that video. Again, it's about 9.5 minutes long. And then after that, just so you know my agenda here, I don't think that we're gonna go the whole time, but I will go over some of these lead up activities and just the documents of the rules so that you know how to navigate those for later on when implementing into your phys ed curriculum. And then we'll open it up for questions and see where it takes us. So here is the video. If you would, maybe Joe, will you just give me a thumbs up that you can hear it? You should be able to hear it.
Welcome to PaddleZlam. This video is brought to you by Lisa Paulson and the University of Minnesota Duluth Physical Education Teacher Education Program. We're excited to show you how to play the ultimate anywhere game and incorporate it into your PE curriculum. In this video, you will learn basic setup for PaddleZlam, lead-up activities, original gameplay, followed by ultimate PaddleZlam. When you purchase your PaddleZlam game set, inside you will find 2 large gaming cones, 4 pickleball paddles with protected edges, 4 pickleballs, 2 scoring stickers that can be placed on the back of the cones to remind players how many points each shot is worth, and a carrying bag. To access the Shape America grade level outcomes associated with PaddleZlam, click the link below in the description of this video. Here you will learn how to differentiate to incorporate PaddleZlam into both your elementary or secondary PE curriculum. In order to increase success, consider flipping the cone upside down to create a larger target. To provide more of a challenge, move the cones further apart. When beginning PaddleZlam, it's important to start with basic lead-up activities like you see here. To find more lead-up activities and skills, click the links in the description of this video below. Now that you've practiced with lead-up activities, you're ready to play the original PaddleZlam game. Feel free to pause this video and take a look at this scoring sheet, or stay tuned to the next video to learn how to score. I'm Molly Graham, and we're here to teach you PaddleZlam. So to play PaddleZlam, you need 2 to 4 players, a pickleball racket, a wiffle ball, and 2 cones. You place your cones 20 to 25 feet away, and the objective is to score 21 points without going over. Molly's going to teach us how to score. All right. 3 ways to score. First one, direct shot. Server takes the ball, serves, hits the cone, either on the side or in the hole. Second way to score is the assisted shot. One partner hits the ball, and the other partner assists it into or onto the cone. There you go. Woo! Third shot is a paddle pass. This one's similar to volleyball with a bump, set, spike. It's a good way to get your heart rate up and score a lot of points. So partner one's going to serve it up. I'm going to loft it and set it up for her. She's going to run in and hit it either on the side or in the cone. Woo! Here's how to score. Direct shot. The server hits the side, that's 2 points. Server hits the top hole, that's 3 points. Server hits dead center in the middle, that's an instant win. For the assisted shot, the server hits the ball and the partner hits it to the side. That's 1 point. The server hits the ball, the partner hits it into the top hole. That's 2 points. The server hits the ball and the other partner hits it into the front center, and that's 3 points. Woo! Paddle pass. Server serves the ball, partner lofts it up, and the server hits the side. That's 3 points. Server serves the ball, partner lofts it up, and the server hits it into the top hole. That's 5 points. The server serves the ball, the partner hits it up, and the server hits it front and center for the wipeout. That's 0 points for the other team. So if they had 19 points, you knock them down to 0. Woo! And that's PaddleZlam. Go incorporate PaddleZlam into your PE curriculum and meet grade level outcomes and promote physical literacy inside and outside the PE classroom. You can play it in the backyard, at the beach, and in the gym. It's an ultimate anywhere game. Woo! Woo!
Still get so embarrassed watching this. So coming up is ultimate, and then that'll be the end of it.
Now that your students have mastered the skills in the lead-up games in the original game of PaddleZlam, it's time to get their heart rates up high in this action-packed invasion version of Ultimate PaddleZlam. Here's how to play. Players bounce pass or air pass a pickleball while driving the court and attempt to score on the opposing team's gaming cone. 1 point for the side, 2 for the top, and 3 for the center. Always have one less defensive player than offensive player when attempting to score. The ball must remain in constant motion by either self-paddling or passing to remain live during the game. The first team to 11 points is the winner. For more information and details to score in Ultimate PaddleZlam, click the link below this video in the description.
extreme athletes right here on this call. So the nice thing about playing in the gym
Play PaddleZlam in your gym, or have fun and take it outside.
Outside you have this hoop.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. So, any questions so far on PaddleZlam? I'm gonna go look here. Okay, good video, thank you. Any questions? It's hard for me to see the chat when no one's listening to me anymore, probably here. People are multitasking, but it's hard for me to see the chat when I share. So I will go back to sharing my screen. I'll just show you the last thing is, I'll kind of navigate through a couple of those documents so that you know what that looks like. So the first one here, and again, these are all located under the YouTube video, so they're all linked to there. There we go. Thank you to Becky and Mark Fulmer. They are the ones who created these documents. However, they're not in Minnesota, so do know that these are the Shape America grade level outcomes and they're not the Minnesota benchmark. So just keeping that in mind when you are playing PaddleZlam and keeping track of what you have done so far. So I just wanted to show you sort of what this looks like and how to navigate, but very nicely done by them. The next thing I'll show you is here are some ways to modify. So different progressions here. And you can sort of just kind of, maybe you put up, you know, a handful of these up on your projector or however you teach in your space. Or maybe you have a couple of GIFs of these going on. I think, I know the Fulmer's website has a ton of GIFs, and I'm sure that there are some that are applicable to PaddleZlam. I don't know that they're using PaddleZlam equipment, but obviously you can modify from there. So that is that document. A couple more here. I just want to make sure you know what they look like. Here are some awesome lead up activities. More than what you'll probably, I'm gonna move you guys a little bit here, more than what you're gonna use necessarily all in a lesson, but just lots of ways for, you know, if you're beginner, you can play this with kindergarten. No, I wouldn't probably play even anything close to the real thing, but a lot of these lead ups are really great for your little ones and just developing like object control skills. You starting individually, then moving with a partner, moving to the cone. And then the one thing I really wanted to point out on this document here is this lead up game 1 and lead up game 2. So these are a really great segue to playing the original gameplay. So this one is just the assist game. So they literally just practice that assist shot. So if the partner serves it to the other partner, and then they try to bang it onto the cone, either in the hole or in the front of the front hole there. And then the second one, they practice the paddle pass. So that's that bump set spike. Let's see what else I got for you. This one here, more lead up activities, but this one just has some really good videos in here. So again, you should be able to access this through the handout or in the YouTube video links. Here are the rules to original PaddleZlam gameplay, just so you can see what they look like. So it's all written out for you. And this also comes, all this info is right in your box as well. But if you would like it electronically for creating your own presentations you can copy and paste from here. And lastly, this one isn't quite, Ultimate is still relatively new. I would love to entertain any questions that you have related to this, but so the thing with Ultimate is it's an invasion game. You need at least 6 people because the basic rules, like it said in the video, is you're gonna wanna make sure that you, first of all, keep that ball in constant motion, either by air passing, bounce passing, or self-paddling. And that's rule number 1. And then rule number 2, main rules, is always have one less defender than offender. Otherwise, it's very difficult to score. It's a tough game, and your heart rate is up high. So you can sub at any point. There's lots of rules in here, but those are the 2 really big main rules that I would tell your kiddos when introducing it. And maybe you start with some guided discovery and then insert rules as you go. But recommended for a full-size volleyball court, having 10 feet off the back, so that because players are coming in like full speed, so you don't want to have this like right up against a wall or right up against the boundary. So you need some space behind the cone. There's typically a crease around the cone. It's a 3-2-1 as stated in the video. So 3 points for middle, front, 2 points for in the top hole, 1 point for on the side. Here are some other rules. You can sub at any point. In Ultimate, there's something called penalty shots. And you're the PE teacher, right? Like you can modify this and make it what you want and what your kiddos need. But basically a penalty shot happens where if paddle to paddle contact happens, and that's actually fairly common in Ultimate, the other team or that player, if I was on offense and you are on defense and you touch my paddle with your paddle, then I would get 1 penalty shot. And that's worth 1 point. Or well, it's 3-2-1. So it's pretty rare to get it in the hole though on a penalty shot, but it's possible. And then you get 2 penalty shots in a row if that player touched your body with their paddle, right? And many other rules and assumptions here that I will let you take a look at on your own time. Contact with the cones would result in change of possession. You can use your own, this is like a real serious rule, you can use their own pickleball paddle if it's USAPA regulation. I don't know that we're going to run into that necessarily in our phys ed programs. Goaltender can't stand in the crease, so there's a crease. What questions do you have about PaddleZlam? Anything?
Hey, Lisa, I have a question. Where can we find all of those amazing handouts that you're just showing?
Yeah, so Megan, I think, was kind enough to put them onto the MinShape schedule. So right next to this session where you clicked for the video, and then again, they'll be archived on the MinShape website, so you can refer to that as well. Yep, they're on the schedule. But then also, like if you just YouTube PaddleZlam or go to the video in this presentation, here, maybe I'll just also put that link in the chat just in case. All of the links for everything that I just showed are all in are all linked on YouTube below the video. Oh. 1 sec. Good question. PaddleZlam. Okay. Let me just make sure I put that link in the video here. There's a few different, if you YouTube PaddleZlam, you'll find a few different videos. The video that you just saw is titled PaddleZlam in your PE class. I think. PaddleZlam. Here we go. PaddleZlam in your physical education class. All right, coming in the chat now. Awesome. I need to print out the handout. Yeah, for sure. And of course, everybody is wondering who won. I don't know yet. I'll have to go back on YouTube and look, but do know that if you were the first person to tweet it, I will go in and I'll send you a DM if you're the winner. And you'll get 4 sets to your school. So then I'll just put you in contact with PaddleZlam and you can give him your name and the address that you would like your 4 sets shipped to. So stay tuned on Twitter for a DM. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you, Megan and Joe, for moderating. Thank you, Sam and Jared, the 2 presenter helpers from UMD. Thank you for being here. And I hope you have a great rest of your conference. Bye, everybody.